we have a special guest on this edition of Interview of the Day. The programme that he runs is This is America. This is Dennis Wholey. Hello, Dennis.
Good to sit with you.
Good to sit with you as well. Welcome to Kazakhstan.
Thank you. We've only been here for a very short period of time, but we absolutely love it. People are warm, hospitable. The city is so green, and that is just such a pleasure.
That's
a
great.
city of parks, somebody said. A city of parks. I like that expression.
It's certainly. What actually brought you to Kazakhstan? What brings you here?
Well, we do a program called This is America, and everybody thinks it's just about America. But a couple of years ago, my producer and I sat down, and we were shaking our heads about the gridlock in Washington, D.C. That's our home base. And we just didn't want to get mixed up in the politics of America. So we decided to do all international programming. So whether we were at home in Washington or New York or traveling abroad, every program we do has an international focus. So we were sitting in the office one day, and we were talking about different countries. And we don't know, or I don't know this much about this part of the world, Central Asia.
Generally speaking, the people of America, what do they know or what do they think about Kazakhstan?
Well, you have to back the question up and say, what do they know about the world? And the answer is not a great deal. You know, I tried to figure that out one day, but, you know, America is so far away from everybody else, always has been. We're fairly self-sufficient, with the exception of energy and oil in particular. And we have a vast country ourselves. And for a long time, people didn't travel very much. And then there's that little special ingredient of American arrogance. And we do have it. We do think that we're better than everybody else. But I was at a little reception one night, and somebody said, well, where does America end? So we decided to just repackage our program, This is America, and call it This is America Visits the World, with the idea that we would use the program informally, as you do, educationally, to let people know what's happening in other places around the world.
I remember one of the quotations from one of your many books was that in order to be happy in life, you have to plan for actions rather than planning for results. Now, results are very, very important for Kazakhstan, for the future and for the people in Kazakhstan. Do you have any advice for the people here of how they're going to achieve those results and stay happy?
Oh, that would be terribly presumptuous of me. Thank you for lobbing that on my side of the net. I wouldn't do that. But the thing that kind of does excite me is it seems from my reading that the country under the current president has really, set out to, so we want an economic base for the country, and we want to establish a democracy, and we want our own security. And it seems to have been kind of carefully planned out so that the train has moved out of the station. And I suppose the only thing I can think of is you do plan the actions, but you don't plan the results that firmly. You don't know exactly what you're going to come up with. I have a friend of mine back in the States who says, you know, life is what happens when you're making other plans. So you can plan, but you have to be flexible enough to accept, and I think acceptance is a big part of life as well. But I think the country seems to be on a very, very positive, optimistic, progressive track.
Okay, thank you very much. And Dennis Wholey, thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. It was a great pleasure.
A pleasure to sit down and talk with you.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.